need a mid. You need something for noob here. Puck wouldn't be so bad. Maybe no. Puck's okay. How about sniper? Well, I mean, I don't know if noob wants to go for sniper in this situation.
You're gonna get the fissure into hook every single time.
Yeah.
No, so not that.
Puck would also have a similar problem. And there's like a storm spirit, a primal beast. Also, like you're going for something a little bit more durable. A storm spirit, I feel like would give you the egg hitting, and whereas primal beast doesn't. So maybe storm. Who is it? Who's gonna be the last pick?
I'd rather see something like an Ember, to be honest, than a Storm. Though versus an
Mm.
SF, no.
No, I'm thinking about a person can hit the egg a little bit, and I like the storm more than the ember for that. And it's tough though. You're up against Shadow Fiend. Most heroes struggle in this matchup.
You just pick up a Lesh, right? I guess you screw the egg, get something that goes well with the IO in the early mid game. Is that the approach?
Lesh? I don't like one Lesh either. I like what MOUZ did banning out the Zeus and the Call. 2 years who doesn't mind the Shadow Fiend. I feel like it's like Puck, maybe Sniper, maybe Storm Spirit, one of these three. Are they going to go for something completely different? They go for the Wind Ranger. Of course they would. Why wouldn't they go for something completely different? Alright, so
The thing is, there was no ideal hero. I don't think Wind Ranger is like a perfect pick or something. It's
Agreed.
still, you still have a decent amount of lockdown for her. Fissure into hook does kill her. A U lane, okay versus the SF, but nothing too perfect. I actually really like what MOUZ have here.
Same. I'm all in on I'm on the MOUZ train on this one. You have Narmin on Earthshaker, one of his two signature heroes in my eyes, at least since I've been watching him. You have Phoenix and Shadow Fiend on the same side. We'll see what Bengen can do on Crystal Main, but he's paired up with the Pudge, who's do you think he's gonna stick to Flair's hook? It's kind of really good in the laning phase to get those hooks off. It does a
Wait, what's
good
the other
amount
one?
there.
What's the other one?
It's when you dismember, you get strength. You get like 6, 18,
that's so much
30
better for a core. That's so much better for a core. But you have a Crystal Maiden in the lane, so the Flare's hook could allow you to crush it.
Exactly. That's what I'm wondering. I'm like, is he gonna stick to it? Because Malv just changed his one, so we'll see if he goes for it or not.
That would be quite fun. So Shaker going for the tectonic buildup, that you get the 50 increase aftershock radius every 10 levels. Do you get 5 every level? Do you get 5 every level, or just level 10 you get 50?
I don't know. I feel like the way it's written makes it sound like it's 50 every 10 rather than 5 every 1, because they'd word it that way instead.
Exactly.
You know, they don't tell you get 200 health every 10 minutes on Centaur. They say you get 40 every 2, and you're like, all right, that makes sense.
Yep. So the other facet on the Shaker, the one that you knock people away when you kill them, it just feels useless. I don't know. It's just like, oh, I killed you, bam, and you're gonna fly away, but feels more like a cartoon anime type of fight rather than anything else.
No, and I love that it's like if as after you're flying, if you hit someone, you do like 50% of their damage. I'm like, that's cool, but do I really have to like angle it? I'm like, wait, he's in this one. I need to kill him from this direction to get it throwing. I don't know. That is a very odd one. And it is going to be Flair's hook on Allnit. A surprising choice, but in the lane, way better, because the other facet doesn't even exist until level 6.
Yes, we'll be finding out. So everybody starts off with the smoke. Any level 1 fights that we're gonna see? Is that a possibility?
Yeah, you got Pudge. You want to go for level 1 fight, you know? As the other side, PSG Quest, not as impressive, right? Especially because you have Io, who really doesn't give you anything in an engagement.
Dark Sierra as well, kind of sucks.
Yeah, he's not the best, you know? But overall, I'm really liking what MOUZ got. I feel like they outdrafted them quite heavily. You know, you look at PSG Quest, you're like fairly, you're a lot softer. Your egg hitters are meh. Your your control in general, it's not as impressive. Even if you get a really good vacuum, who are you making copies of? They don't even care.
SF copy is good. Don't be like that.
Decent, but not like, you're not getting a Morphling, a Luna, Medusa. You're getting a Pudge, a Phoenix. Like these aren't good.
I feel like you're saying the names of these heroes in disgust, like the Pudge illusion.
The Budka. And I imagine Supreme might want to go for a magic build. which makes his illusions even less impressive.
Yeah, also you have forced reposition versus the gyro. Pretty much one core lineup. Sure, the Wind Ranger can go and kill one hero with the focus fire, but in general, the way you win this game for Quest is you have a ton of auras on the Darkseer, you have heals on the Io, and the gyro is standing in front killing towers. That's how you win. And then imagine Fissure Hook, he dies. The entirety of your lineup that then doesn't make sense. So I'm scared here for PSG Quest. They really need to get
Same.
that gyro going in a decent timing and have so much to make him unkillable, and it's very, very hard to do in this game.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of kills happening top though. Phoenix Earthshaker versus Gyro Io. It's like meh, you know. Mostly going to be a lot of pulling and stacking and stuff like that. As Narmer already begins dragging the creep wave back. He does this a lot, by the way. He generally lets force. Yeah,
overtime damage versus an IO sucks.
Yep. And yeah, I've always seen Narmer do this. He's very not self-sacrificing, but in the early levels, he wants to just get forced to 6. You can see like level 5 at 5. Sorry, level 1 at 5 minutes by Narman.
With the Shaker, yeah, it can happen. He's going to be pulling another wave as well, making some shenanigans in the lane. Meanwhile, Noob is crushing in the mid lane. Supreme. And I always remember him as like this insane mid laner, and I think he is pretty good. But the thing is that in terms of laning, he hasn't been impressing me lately.
Oh, well. I mean, yeah, he is losing quite a bit. 4-1 to the 10-3 by Noob, and he's also losing in the health battle, right? Not only that he's got no CS, it's like you got no health, makes it hard for you to sort of come back into it.
Io did almost die in the top lane, so we kind of laughed at haha overtime damage, almost killing the Io though. So he is relatively low at the moment.
Bottom. Got hooked.
The hook with the Crystal Maiden, but not much is gonna be happening there. Still, player's hook does do a massive amount of damage, and Ulnet might even decide to go forward.
Yeah, he has it available, but there's so many creeps, makes it quite difficult to get that hook off. Yeah, Flayer's hook, man. This thing, 500 pure damage, basically. If you get a good range hook at max level, it's massive. You look at the other people, they're like 700 health, 900 health. 500 is a lot. And,
so does the punch hook is reduced damage before the distance thing, right?
Yeah, it's 200 base, and you do 30% of the. Actually, you can go up to like 550 if you get a max hook at max level.
Yeah, but generally it's more than 200 on the last level when you don't have the Flare's hook, right? Oh, Phoenix? He's fine, not even close.
And he's like, guys, don't worry about it, guys. I got it all calculated. Supreme, still a gap with Noob, but stabilizing, you know? When they're 10-4, it looks bad, but when they're 20 and you're 14, you're like, it's not as terrible.
Narman is trying to be annoying to T8000, and now it's gonna be annoying right back. Force, he doesn't have the Icarus dive. What is he doing? He actually will it through it, and in the end, it is Nukalis that dies first. The T8000 also gets hit by that Fire Spirit. The next one would get him super low, not kill him, but a nice dodge either way. So we don't have to calculate that.
Not at all. I want to see what Force button makes as well. Core Phoenix, like, is it gonna be Spirit Vessel
Shiva?
Probably. Sometimes we see them go for like a Hex early, and Narmisho comes here, gives him his salve, and like, all right, I'm healthy now.
The Phoenix lane is going actually quite nice, but in general, PSG Quest are doing slightly better in lanes. They got the first blood, or Creeps got the first blood, but still, that extra bonus gold did go their way. The A2000 protected by Dukal is still relatively low, so in the next couple of waves, until he gets healed up, he's not really going to be farming all that much. And Phoenix has an urn, so
yes, he does.
Now you have to be careful not to die again.
Even more damage over time. Yeah, mid lane. Wonder if we'll see one of these two heroes rotates. Like, they can, but man, yeah, Supreme's really like equal right now. He's actually harassing Noob.
I mean, SF should get to a point where he's stronger than a Wind Ranger. I'm kind of surprised that the early laning stage went as good as it did for Noob, but he is quite
Oh,
good.
hook.
There's the Flare's hook coming into play. Blood Grenade as well. And they're trying to
Damage.
create some distance. Omar will be fine. And actually, Tilden is going to be going down with a Blood Grenade. They have the Frostbite, so it might be a 1-for-1. No, Bengen. Where's the Crystal Nova? There it is. He does make it a 1-for-1, but actually, his life is now in danger because Malik, he's going to be diving. And here comes with the surge. One more punch. Malik gets himself a double. And this is perfect. Not only is your Gyro having a decent time in lane, but also the guy that's going to be buffing him up with all the auras now gets a double kill.
Very nice. This Flare's hook, like, yeah, they're landing it, but it's hard. You know, you're up against Surge and Dark Willow Shadow Realm. It's not easy to keep them, like, locked and taking damage. So they will just move around. Bottom lane, Force is taking some damage, but he should be fine. There's a rocket coming. I don't think it's going to kill him.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a level 1. Maybe he was even looking to die, thinking about it because of the urn.
No, I don't think that's not gonna work. Come on, Harry, be serious. It's a serious tournament.
No, I'm 100% serious. I'm always serious. Why so serious? As one villain would say.
That poor guy's wife, poor thing. As Malik bottom lane, he's going for the bounty. He's kind of between a bunch of enemies, and they're chasing him. He's making a decent amount of space here. Oh wow, they just kind of like, nah, it's not worth it.
What about the first power rune? Well, they do bring down Omar. Force gets his TP away, understanding that his teammates aren't there. The first power rune did go to Supreme. Yep, that's a huge one.
It was very nice AD rune for him if he wants to rotate. Switching to net worth, they are slightly ahead on PSG Quest, but Malik's a little behind. Narm is actually quite ahead of the other support, so it comes up as very insignificantly, literally less than 50 gold separates the total team net worths.
I remember the good old times when the power rune spawned at minute 0 and then SF would find a DD rune and just completely dominate the lane without any chance. That was insane. Actually, rotation towards the top lane, they want the wisdom rune, and Supreme is gonna be there with an AD rune. You're running into an SF with the Requiem. You probably don't want to be doing this. It is a nice fissure. The wisdom rune was taken, and actually Supreme is gonna be in some trouble. There's the Requiem. It is gonna be protected from the other side. Penguin is gonna be freezing it in place, but he cannot do enough, and actually even the SF loses his life. Even that AD rune was not enough. Force, he has gotten some urn charges. He's gonna try to go for Noob, runs away, wants to get some distance away from Bengen, and will be able to TP away. Too slow is the Crystal Maiden to be able to connect there, and it is gonna be PSG Quest that come out ahead. Olnit left all alone on the bottom lane, and they know it with a double shell. They want to kill this Pudge. He does have the flesh heap, or sorry, meat shield that will be protecting him not any longer. It won't be there. They have the vacuum. Olnit is 100% dead. It is just a matter of time. At least he gets the hook on the creep, some extra gold for himself, but loses his life in the process.
Very odd, by the way, skill build from Olnit. You see that? He has Flayer's hook, but he's only got 1 level of meat hook, which means that your damage is really almost the same. Like, it's really not much level 1, so you're not getting the benefit of the facet because you're not maximizing the skill that, you know, benefits. It's very odd.
I mean, you think that
hook?
You should take the hook more? Yeah, there it is. It does do a decent amount, and Malik is just gonna run away. The rot, it's not enough. He does have boots, only it cannot get close. Power shot used there. Noob also making his presence known.
See, that's what I mean. You don't have the skill. If you had, like, Flayer's hook, sorry, meat hook maxed out, that would have been a kill straight up. As in the meantime, Supreme under a ward.
This is dangerous. They slow him down with the power shot. Here's the focus fire as well. He might have dodged the brambles, but it doesn't matter. There's going to be a billion arrows into his face. Bengen coming over with the frostbite. Oh, even misses on the power shot. Supreme is going to get crowned king there for a second. Gets stunned up, allowing Omar to run himself away. But look at the other side. Shaker is coming. Omar, he knows this. Goes to the left. Very nice move.
It is a good escape by him. Unfortunate to lose Noob in that situation though, and that gives Supreme a chance to, you know, overtake him a little bit. As Force also dies. Oh, you know, unusual. You wouldn't think that Gyro Io can kill a Phoenix that easily.
I mean, they have the movement speed.
True.
So with the Icarus dive, you can't really get that far away.
Yep, and I guess he didn't have fire spirits. He had his ultimate available, but he's like, I don't want to, you know, I'm not gonna throw it and lose my life right after. It's not worth my time. But that death is pretty painful. TA2000 is now nearly 5,000 gold net worth, and you can see that Force is like 3.3, so it's a big gap now in the top lane.
This is huge for Quest because they are, as you mentioned, 3 of their cores topping the network chart, and their lineup, it needs to be ahead. This is actually quite a lot ahead. Might even get to a point where you don't allow MOUZ to play the game. If you get to a point where TA2000 is unkillable, with this, MOUZ are going to be helpless. And with this kind of a start, you have set yourself up for success.
Yeah, luckily you have some good team fight, right? Like you're going to have Echo Slam, Egg, Requiem, even Freezing. Like the circles on MOUZ are amazing. So even if you're behind, as long as you're not like massively behind, I think you can come back in the team fight.
They're not classic circles, though. I feel like Quest has some of their own, right? Vacuum into Terrorize, not to be left out.
Classic circles? What's a classic circle in a non-classic
MOUZ Arena.
Okay, I mean that's a circle. You know, I didn't say it's definitely, but so is Freezing Field. It's a good circle. Egg is a circle.
How is egg is an egg? It's not a circle.
It affects you in a circle. It's a circle.
Yeah, that is true. It does affect you in radius. Let's see though. Smoke is being used from Quest. MOUZ.
Bottom lane.
They want to fight, and the thing is, they don't understand that they're outnumbered. The Pudge using the hook only onto the creep. The block grenade does connect. There's the Shadow Realm. Only the Curse Crown will connect on him. He does have the meat shield. He's gonna allow the Curse Crown. The Phoenix, he has to get the egg off, but he's surrounded by enemies. Bengen gonna be using his ult, slowing everybody down. They cannot kill the egg. Bengen with his positioning, the Song of Ice and Fire destroys them. TA2000 relocated out. It's not enough. The Callis is even burning out, but the earned damage should not be enough to take him out. Still, MOUZ, they were prepared.
Very nicely done. I mean, they jump. The thing is, they jump on Olnit, who does have that cloak, and he is going for extra points in the meat shield. So he's looking a little bit harder to bring down. And yeah, they get the egg with an echo, with a freezing field on top of it. Massive circle damage.
Yep.
By the way, you know who damaged that fight? It's only the CM and the Phoenix. They did 3,000 each. Everyone else did like 300, 400.
Yep. Damn. You guys are useless.
Basically,
only the offlaner and the position 5 are doing something.
Oh. No. Supreme can't get his hands on that ruin. It goes to Noob instead. He's going to be very happy with it.
What can I say?
He has a Yule, so DSF is quite mobile himself.
Narmer's got Blink Dagger thanks to that fight.
Yep.
That's a... Yeah, in the next fight, big Echo Slam, you're not going to see it coming.
Well, they're going for a smoke now. I'm guessing you find the fight on the bottom lane and maybe contest the Wisdom Rune. That could be the idea at the moment for MOUZ. But good positioning for the Darkseer at the moment. He's not going to be caught.
This game is going to be all magic. MOUZ is going to be the magic SF. Everyone else is magic damage. And PSG Quest is wise to it. Malik instantly queues up a pipe. Oh, there's going to be a kill here.
Dodges it with the illusion, but maybe should have waited for the Frostbite. Noob actually turning around, trying to finish off the CM. Will be able to do so. Still, the overtime damage will get him out. Finally, it's going to be Olnit that gets him into his meat shield. Omar losing his life as well. As Supreme does join in on the fray, and those illusions doing a little bit too much. Olnit running away from TA2000. And there's the surge. They want the extra movement speed, but it will end. And Olnit even eating the creep for a second there to give himself the extra HP to survive. It's gonna be a 2-for-2 in the end, of course, favoring MOUZ as they did lose only the 2 supports.
I think Dukas, he would have loved to stay there just a second longer, right? Because you're just about to kill Olnit, and then you TP'd out, and you're like, oh, well, that's not what... Well, they came in. There's nothing he could have done about it. But unfortunate timing with the relocate.
I mean, it has to end at some point, and you were scared to leave the gyro there, so it just goes to show that the fight wasn't exactly going how you wanted it. Terrorize almost changes that fight. I still can't help but feel that Noob maybe could have escaped that engagement.
No, it's very tough. They're really on top of him from the beginning. Noob does have a Maelstrom, so at least he's going to be more of a threat. Noob, he's kind of in a lot of brambles. He's going to be okay. Stuns Force for fun.
Yeah, well, but I don't think Force is too happy about that. Yep.
He's like, why me, bro? Why me? Force was thinking of Shivas, but now he wants to go for Boots of Travel. I'm okay with this. I do worry about MOUZ going all in on magic damage. Yes, magic damage with the Shivas on your whole team, it can scale, but it does mean that, you know, like Pipes and Glimmers are super ultra effective against you.
And there's gonna be a pipe on the Darkseer 100%. He's already building it after the mech not even finishing off the Guardian Greaves.
Yep.
And Glimmer Capes, I always getting 100%, and even the
Yep.
Dark Willow might go that route at some point.
Yeah, it's worrisome, right? Because when you know all the damage coming towards you is one type, you say we'll just itemize exactly for it. It might be crazy, but it might be even worth it to get 2 pipes because you can refresh the barrier, but you cannot get the double aura, of course.
Isn't it that you cannot refresh the barrier, but you get the double aura?
Fairly sure that's not
Yeah,
how it
that's
works.
how it works. That's how it works. You cannot get the double barrier.
No, what I mean is like when the shield goes down, then you pop it again for someone else.
I'm kind of sure that the aura does stack on pipe. It has been like that for the ages, unless they changed it.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, my thinking is that it pops the barrier, then you're like, all right, we'll get a refresh out after it. So it's like 8 seconds. I use
Multiple
one, then 8 seconds.
instances of barrier do not stack.
I say
Stacks
stacks.
multiplicatively with other sources of magic resistance, so it can stack in terms of magic resistance.
I guess. But yeah, my thing is just that you wait for one to pop, then you use the other one after. In the meantime, though, it's a slight lead for PSG Quest, but it's not enough to overcome the massive team fight from MOUZ. I think it's going to go really even.
For sure, but there is the smoke. Quest, they want to change it up. They want to use this advantage they have, and the BKB on the gyro didn't even go for an Aghanim Scepter. So Crystal is into a BKB with an IO. They can do so much
Bang is
damage
dead.
for Bangan. He's very dead. He'll get the Frostbite off. Pav has to protect himself a little bit. Ultimately will fall. Not enough to
like
want
it.
more.
It's okay. I think if you're happy if you're MOUZ. You're like, all right, so we lose our position 5. He's going to be up in 20 seconds. They smoked for this. They brought everyone. So it's not bad. Supreme, though, he's close to that ward, but it's going to time out. And they're probably not going to go for it if they're PSG Quest.
Oh, no, they're not. Gonna be a tower gone. So you might have only gotten the CM, but opening up the map is definitely worth it.
Yep. That's nice. And although that tower is not significant, because, yeah, you still have the outpost for access to Roshan. So it opens up the map, but not a big deal. Mid lane, the creeps are taking this mid tower for MOUZ. We'll see if anyone wants to help them or not. Just a lot of creeps. Yeah, there we go. Supreme comes. He's like, let me get this tower. It's been up too long.
And he will get it. Nobody to respond to it in time. There is a glyph on Quest if they want to buy some.
Oh, Norman.
Couple seconds. Norman terrorized with the vacuum. Perfect. The curse crown connects onto both of them. You lose the egg. Or you lose the Phoenix without the egg even being used. That is a perfect usage of spells from Quest.
Surprising. Norman, he did have the blink available. He saw Malik coming. I thought he's going to blink out and be fine, but he goes down with his friend. Good, friendship. Not really the best thing you could do, but it's fine. Where are we
Power of
looking at?
friendship. I don't know if that wins in Dota, though. Shadow Fiend does get the blink away, so he'll be able to survive. But again, Quest, they are the ones in control of this game, Optimo. And we have talked that MOUZ, they have tools to deal even with the fat gyro. He might be getting too fat.
No, I'm not gonna. I still think it's okay. In the meantime, though, the noob is going for BKB. As you mentioned, we already have a BKB on TA2000. It's like all these BKBs means what? All this magic damage is useless. So it is a very nice itemization. They're like, yep, just get BKBs. Everyone, just get a BKB.
Okay, Narman is level 10, so he's gonna have more radius on his aftershock. Now it's 350. That's gonna be quite nice. Oh man, when you look at him, that's actually quite a big AOE.
Yeah.
When you
I'm
hover
wondering,
over the aftershock.
Does it increase at 1020 or does it increase at 1121? Because it says every 10 levels and you start at level 1. But I'm guessing it's probably, 1020. That makes more sense.
I mean, I see it being bigger than what I'm used to, so I'm gonna say it increases at 10.
Alright. I haven't measured it. I'm like, it's about this. Yes, about yay big. The aftershock. Meanwhile, they are going for Roche on MOUZ's side. Huh. Unusual, but but they're like, all right, we have an opening to go for it.
They have an
taking
SF.
it decently.
Quite good at doing that. Even the freezing field is gonna be used.
It's very
Phoenix, pretty decent at making sure that his teammates don't take any damage. So despite losing 4k gold, MOUZ, they get themselves an Aegis. This is quite huge.
Who's going to take it? Supreme's going to take it. They want to make sure he can jump and get his ultimate off. You have 2 blinkers now on the side of MOUZ. You also have Pudge. He's got the Agam Scepter, so he's going to be doing a decent amount of damage. It's gonna come to a very big fight very soon with the way everyone's getting power spikes right now.
Windranger has a
come across
BKB.
Yep.
TA2000, he has BKB as well. They found the out. That's going to be huge, but TA2000 got the BKB off. Now hold it a little bit too deep. They lost the punch immediately, so the extra damage is not going to be there. And look at that. Cores are dead. The SF could be next on the menu. Supreme has the blink. You don't want to lose the Aegis right now, and he will be able to TP out, go to the bottom lane, and continue farming. But MOUZ, they just can't get themselves a good fight.
No, they can't. Surprising. But they just can't seem to catch them. Narman jumps in, and he sees Ducalis. He doesn't want to Echo Slam him. So he's like, okay. And unfortunately, that's the only person he can get on top of. At least MOUZ, they make it out without losing too much. But this gap is getting really big now.
I still don't see this Flare's hook facet coming in handy at all.
Same.
Supreme.
Same.
Homing missile is coming. He's fine. Because if you already got it, then use the extra range they have. Fissure into hook. This is how you should start fights. Not like, oh, I'm Narman, I'm going to blink in. Oh, I'm Ulnit, I'm going to run in. If you went for it, at least try to make it work. And they just haven't been doing it so far.
Exactly. Like someone in the comments was saying, like, why, no way you take more than 1 level me took. But then why would you take the facet that way? Like, the other facet is so much better for the way he's playing. If you're going
I mean, later on in the game, it can come in handy. But then later on in the game, the other facet is 10 times better. But yeah, it's weird.
And also later on in the game, people have so much more health that the extra hook damage doesn't matter. It's like it's only really that impactful in those first 20 minutes or so.
And the first 20 minutes have passed, so they're not here any longer. Almost 7k goal lead for PSG Quest. I mean, I'm not gonna talk about facets or anything, because in general, Quest have been playing better Dota. That's what has been happening. They have been utilizing their Iron Shells to shove out the waves, finding openings with the Dark Willow and the Darkseer plus this Windranger, and then relocating in. So basically, and they've been doing that extremely fast with very low amount of mistakes. Their itemization has been on point. In general, this is what gives you victory. Supreme going through the Twin Gate. It is gonna be a homing missile chasing him around the map. Narman gets out as well.
There is going to be a Shiva's Guard relatively soon on Force. That is a big deal. You know, the vision it provides you, the attack speed slow, the extra magic damage. I think that when you have that, maybe that's when the team will be like, all right, guys, it's go time. You know, we got it.
Well, it's still hard.
Oh, Force. Hey, they're smoked up. They're circling around. They might find Narm instead. Yeah.
No, they're
they find
gonna
much juicier. Yeah, much juicier target. If you
go for the Phoenix and you don't kill him, it's a problem, right? But Pudge, if he survives, not that big of a deal. Noob will be finding a vacuum.
Another.
Together. That's a blade mail. Noob pops his BKB, so then he doesn't care. Again, the Terrorize just in the nick of time, and Bengen dies even before the Curse Crown does connect. That is gonna be an opening for a Tormentor getting stolen. So 2 kills into a extra shard for Omar, who is gonna be much happier with it than if the IO went, if the IO got it.
And by the way, every time Malik starts the fight, 2-man vacuum, then they just are like, all right, throw a wall on top. They just murder them. MOUZ, despite the team fight capabilities of their draft, they've just never really been all on the same page. All right, though. Supreme has BKB, Force has Shiva's Guard. So 2 big items here. Their Aegis is the last thing for another mid, so you have time to group up. Oh, Force. Okay, lucky for him, it was not the Shivas on it, though.
He got the Shivas, yep. So that's nice. You have everything you need. You have the BKB on the SF, you have the Shivas on the Phoenix. It's now or never. You have to start changing this game at the moment, because the goal lead is getting too out of control at the moment.
It is getting very large, as TA2000's got an Ags now, and he's working himself up to, I think, is that Manta style coming on for Force? He's got the Yasha also he's building as well. Or it's going to be maybe the Sanj. Yeah, he's going for Sanj. Okay, that makes way more sense. Sanj and Yasha.
Yep, you're versus a Shaker, so you want to make sure that those stuns don't last too long on you. If you're able to get the BKB off on the Gyro earlier on in the fight, before you lose a ton of your HP, the the fight should go your way. And now the shard goes towards Malik, leaving that trail. For people that don't know, the guy who gets surged leaves a trail behind him that slows the enemies and deals overtime damage, which can be hella annoying for like a Shaker SF that want to continue blinking throughout the fight.
Well, they're smoking up, even though they don't have the Aegis anymore. Oh man, more and more I'm feeling like MOUZ is gonna come down to that one big team fight, guys. If you can do it, you can come back. But if you don't, like that window is closing. You cannot play the farm game as you have to come back through a team fight.
With a 12k gold lead on the other side, I can also see that the Quest are hesitant to give them that straight up team fight because you can make a mistake. A big echo could crush you, but then you just don't give it to them. You continue shoving out the waves, you continue getting the pickoffs and getting to an insurmountable lead. At some point with this lead, you're not going to be able to lose a fight. If you can just dangle the gyro in front, have the IO to save him if need be, MOUZ are going to be helpless.
I always like when I see the carry. You see TA 2000 and Dukas have the same level because they're always stuck with each other. And Noob's like 17, like 3 levels ahead. That's always the problem, you could say, with having IO on with the carry top
if
lane.
You just stop him there during the Icarus dive, Phoenix is going to be in a little bit of trouble to terrorize. That's going to Icarus Crown is on him as well as he won't pop the egg. No chance to do so. Perfect spell usage by the Dark Willow. Norman could be next on the menu. Gets the blink out just before the power shot connects on him. Would have been quite detrimental to his health.
I think we've only seen one egg this entire game so far. This is a bit scary. Like, again, they just never seem on the same page.
And this match went well.
Yeah, he did. This match is critical for both teams, but you want to get a 2-0 for MOUZ more than you want a 2-0 for PSG Quest. Because if you don't get a 2-0, if you draw, you have no chance of advancing. So MOUZ has to 2-0 this. PSG Quest, if you go a draw, it's like not ideal, but it's not the end of the world. You can still advance, but through tiebreakers.
You can still be first in the groups. Supreme has been found. They cancel his blink. BKB TP out. Nothing to cancel it, so he'll be fine. Barely. Still took a lot of damage.
Yeah, yes, he did. Narman.
He's gonna be found. Noob has the Aghanim Scepter. There's the focus fire. Is gonna be taking a massive amount of damage in just a second. The AD rune didn't help his case either.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't try to turn it around. You know, with the fissure, he has the great healing lotus, 10 magic stick. You know, that's like 600 health. He could have gone back, but he was like, nah, not happening. I'll save these for a better time.
And Quest, they got themselves a gem. They're going to be able to control the entirety of the map. Really, when you look at it, MOUZ, they're going to be needing better vision with this kind of a goal disadvantage to make something happen. It has to be those fissures into hooks, getting people in a bad position and pulling Quest in a fight they don't want to take. And if you don't have wards, that's never going to happen.
Yeah, that's one thing you can say for MOUZ is that if the game goes into a stalemate, you do have the pudge, right? If they take a long time to push, you're like, all right, we'll get the hooks off. That's going to be fairly nice for us. They also, and this is important, have more Ogre Seal totems.
Is that the most important thing in the world?
No, I said that is important. As Noob, he spots them out. I think they know Narm is here as well. Oh, there you go.
He got the fissure off onto Noob. Echo Slam as well. Didn't even pop the BKB. The Crystal Maiden is already dead. Noob, BKB, TP out. Will be fine. It will be a 1-for-1. Interesting that they didn't just pop their BKBs and killed the Pudge. Could have most definitely went for that play, but Relocate wasn't ready.
Yeah, that's a little bit surprising. Kind of a waste of a BKB to trade 1-for-1 like that, especially because the CM died all the way on the other side of the map. So, and he got the Wisdom Rune, so it's actually a big win for MOUZ overall. The double Wisdom at this stage of the game, very needed.
Yep, quite impactful, especially when you're behind.
Meanwhile, Roshan's not going to be up for 30 seconds. MOUZ, they're like, well, we don't have Echo or Egg. It all comes down to a big Requiem. Maybe we can catch Noob with it, but that's about it.
On it, the homing missile going towards him. Nobody's going to take that one down. Is the A2000 just going to go in? Levercade the call is protecting himself. The A2000 gets the BKB off. He's not taking any damage. They will get it away there with the Dismember. Are they out? Homing missile won't allow Olnit to leave. He wanted to TP away. Not gonna be happening, and now we'll just be left for dead. Nothing else you can do. SF found 2. That's gonna be 2 heroes. That just the row spawns at the exact same moment that the 2 enemy cores die, making Quest the ultimate winners of that fight. Now you get the Aegis, and you can pretty much start thinking about ending the game.
I love what Malik does, by the way. He throws the Yules on the ship. I mean, even though he's BKB'd, he's like almost makes it through the gate, but then, you know, the BKB times out before the Yules, and he's like, all right, I'm stuck. And very odd fight, to be honest, from MOUZ. I'm not sure why you take it without an egg and without an echo. Meanwhile, you might be losing Mr. Force, or no, sorry, Mr. Narman.
Yeah, might is a understatement. He was very dead. Maybe even Omar could have gotten him all on his lonesome. Goodbye, Bengen, as well. One by one on different parts of the map. People are just dying. He's going to try to protect himself with the Solar Crest, but the Maelstrom procs, they go through and finish him off. 3 heroes are still dead. The side of MOUZ, and they just can't get themselves together.
And at this point, I don't think you can team fight your way back to victory. It has to be all on Olnit to get a good hook on someone. You pick them off, then you take a 5 versus 4. 5 versus 5 against the Pipe Greaves and 20,000 gold behind and 3 BKBs. There's no way.
We're talking about 5 versus 5, terrorize off the mark, and 5 plus 5 is 10, right? So 10 euros. That's how much you get. If you scan the QR code, you get a free bet. If you want more info, just type !mark free bet into the chat, and everything will be explained to you. As the gold lead here is 20,000 at the moment for Quest. All 3 of their cores at the top. It has been like this for the majority of the game.
I like that you were. I was like, what's he talking about? 5 versus 5 is 10. And then it's like, oh. Solid segue, buddy.
Yeah. You know when you're in school and then you're like 5th in the teacher's book or whatever it's called, and then they really want to give you an F that day, and then they start calculating 5 versus like 2 plus 3 minus blah 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 blah. Oh, Nicola, you can come out and tell us what you know. And then you're like, of course I don't know anything. Like, I'm Jon Snow. Bengen will get taken down by Noob.
Poor Jon Snow. Satanic on TA2000. You've got to find a way to somehow lock this guy down through 3,500 health, then do it again because he's got the Aegis, and PSG Quest looking very unbeatable. It's all on you, Olnit. All on you. He doesn't have a Blink Dagger, but he wants to buy it. Not too far from it. In the meanwhile, I feel like Narman and Bengen could like try to split push. It's tough. You do have Earthshaker Pudge, so you have that long range stun followed by a good hook.
Smoke was used by MOUZ. Maybe they can intercept something.
2 minutes on the Aegis. PSG Quest, they've got some time.
Quest are in a good position not to get caught. This is so huge. Also, they have Aegis plus cheese on Gyro IO. You can literally go high ground if you want. Killing Noob is the only way. Only way to stay in there. And he finds an arcane rune, so he's just gonna be windrunning, go over and over again.
They could kill him. It would also give them a nice gem right before he buys that Demon Edge and finishes his Daedalus. So would be very. He does walk into it.
Noob has been found. No BKB. He's dead.
They got him.
Yep, nice.
A massive kill for them because again, it's a huge streak. They're very behind, and they get a gem out of it. This is catastrophic. Well, not catastrophic, but as big of a kill as you can get for MOUZ.
At the moment, yeah, for sure. That was... The Gyro is not dying. Nobody around him is dying either. And then you have this one guy whose BKB is on cooldown. And their smoke is going to be successful, let's say. I still don't think it's game-changing, but it helps.
It does. I mean, you went from 21,000 to 17,000 net worth. So, you know, it's like a 4,000 gold kill. It helps. Meanwhile, though, what do you want? Oh, wait, they lost Supreme. Oh, that's too bad.
It's just so easy for Quest, right? MOUZ were just... They needed some luck. They needed to be in the right place at the right time. Everything had to come together for them to get the kill on the Wind Ranger. And you just randomly lose a hero. Bengen, earlier, he survived. Now he doesn't have a TP, so it's all but certain.
I like how they're really putting in a lot of effort to kill him. Even though you could kind of ignore him, it would make too much of a difference. But they're like, no. We're going to get him. We're not going to let him. Like, this chase is taking so much time.
It's about sending a message, right? We already did quote that guy once today. But Bengen, he is making them work for it.
Yes. Like, he wasted a lot of time for them. And he also pulled them back away from the creep wave. Like, that's pretty much the best thing you could do in a situation like that. as
Noob is
Olnit.
searching. Olnit is in trouble. The relocate will get used. Blink into the trees. TP out. Finds a nice spot where he'll be safe.
PSG Quest getting slightly distracted by these pickoffs when... I mean, I suppose you don't have the Aegis, so you're not in a hurry to go high ground.
I mean, you have the
But-
cheese. I kind of feel like that's good enough. When you have a gyro with the satanic and then a cheese on top of it, that's a big deal. Of course, Shiva and the Pudge Ags on the side of MOUZ might make that just not as powerful as you would expect it to be.
Supreme just use up before he can even do anything. To be fair, though, PSG Quest probably doesn't want to throw their lead. You know, this is a critical match for them. A draw is okay, but a win doesn't secure them. It secures them at worst a tiebreaker, at best straight off into the semifinals. So
Exactly.
they're just like very careful about it. I respect that.
Yeah, after 5 days for a 2-month tournament to be immediately in the top 4, it's a big deal.
And we have the Yasha Kaya on our friend
Kayasha. I still can't believe that you cannot pronounce it. Every single day I'm trying to teach you Otomo and you cannot understand. Kayasha.
Pretend I'm Nikolai at school. You know, I don't know nothing.
Okay. I wasn't that bad at school though.
Hey man, I'm just quoting you from 2 minutes ago.
And I just wanted to talk about those teachers, your colleagues, how
My
they
colleagues?
tortured us. How they
I
tortured us instead of giving us free stuff like we're giving to our viewers. If they scan the QR code, they get a €10 free bet.
Narmit?
They echo slam the IO and he doesn't care. Just Glimmer keeps himself up. We'll be fine. The egg was used. It's time to bail from it. The Kalis on the high ground will get stunned up by it. Yep, without the egg, you're not winning this fight. They do find Narman, who's gonna be fine with the Shadow Blade. Yeah, invincibility on him. Other side of the fight, though, the chase is still on. Ulnit will be next on the menu. He's not the one with invincibility. And the 2000 just pops the Satanic, goes forward. There will be the Curse Crown. Ulnit is trying to eat his way out of this one, which also happened. No! Into the Curse Crown Supreme! You didn't want to jump in that one, but he did. And now the Terrorize, the fear will be in his bones. If SF has any T2000, a little bit too late with that BKB. He's going to have a blink in 2 seconds. At that point, MOUZ should be in their fountain, getting those HP bars up.
Man, that was so close on a bunch of things, right? You jump on force, he gets the egg off, the hook doesn't land. That's unfortunate. Narman chases them away, and you're like, all right, maybe we have a numerical advantage here. But no, Supreme jumps in and gets hit by the Cursed Crown last second. Luckily for them, though, this doesn't look like it's going to cost you any buildings.
Yeah, because PSG Quest want to torture you, not because they couldn't have taken any buildings, to be honest.
I think they were maybe they were worried about buyback. I don't know. What?
There was no egg. There was no echo slam. I still think they could have done it. No problem. They still get the shard for the Kalis. There's going to be even more damage coming out from the gyro now.
Well, in the meantime, it's a very interesting situation when your carry has twice the net worth of the enemy carry. You're like, all right, guys, we're eating good tonight.
Yeah, and it's usually the Pudge that does the good eating, but not in this game. 2 and 7. Just when you look at the state of the game, it's pretty sad for the MOUZ fans.
It is. Then again, it is always the hook come back. We have seen them get a pick off before on Noob. It's not a 0%. And Gabe is giving them 7. I think that's very fair. It does feel like a 7%er to me.
Yeah, exactly. You would have known that even before it. Has the BKB. Gets the Uls onto the darks here. Blink away. Fine.
Alright. He wants to stay in the area. I feel like they think they're probably going to fight here, MOUZ. But without the BKB on SF, I don't know if he's going to get a good ulti.
You have the Echo, you have the Egg. So
you have the Egg and
then
then
set him up for success. Bengen, TP out. Right-click damage. It's more than enough. They also had the Bramble Mist to make sure that the TP doesn't end. Ooh, Malik. Okay. Nice fissure to block him away. He cannot continue the chase.
One big item that's coming up is Force is going to have a Hex. When he gets this, yep, it's finished just now. You can Icarus Dive, Hex someone after a fissure, get the hook off. It's a complicated combo. It requires 3 people to coordinate, but it does guarantee you drag a Hex guy and you can kill him.
I mean, fissure into hook into a Hex shouldn't be all that complicated, to be honest.
Well, Yeah, but you know, you're 24,000 gold behind. Who knows what's gonna
You think
happen?
that their hands are gonna be shaking because of that fact?
Yes. I'll be like, oh my god. I mean, jitters are a real thing, so why not? There
Not for
is
these guys.
not for these stone cold killers that we have here.
Exactly. Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Noob
Okay.
is in a peculiar position on the bottom side of the map. His team is getting
Noob
roached. Gonna
is
be
dead.
another cheese.
That's the
Yeah,
hex.
I have no idea what the hell he's doing.
Noob, you know, he's like, all right, guys, let me give him something. Mouse fans very happy with Noob, but
He
unfortunately,
gave
they
them
get
2 gems.
yeah.
If I was the rest of PSG Quest, I'd be very mad. Who got
I
the
think you,
axe?
I think you
The
should be a little bit
Darcy.
worried for the next minute of your quest. Oh, do they really want to take a fight now? Oh, awkward. I think you just give this tower away.
I don't know.
Nope,
There's
Supreme.
2 heroes missing. Why would they give it away? They go for the SF, get the normal punch in, TP out. Nice Yules onto the gyro.
Wow.
Doesn't matter. The second he comes down, 1 crit is more than enough to finish him off. Dead for 90. And the
Narman.
enemies have double cheese and the Aegis with a 30k gold lead on top.
Narman looks like he's just gonna be able to make it out just fine. Losing Supreme that situation, not ideal.
Oh, dust!
But
No, Narman, don't walk into it! Don't walk into the dust! What the hell are you doing?
Narman. He's fine. He's fine. He's okay. But in the end, the kill on the Wind Ranger was bigger. Looks like Sharafin should be up in time to defend his base. It's not too bad. Not ideal, but not too bad.
I'm not sure you are right, Otomo, because this gyro is coming in full force. Bengen. Bengen is gonna give his life away to kill this creep wave. That's actually a pretty smart move. The range creep doesn't die, but it's
okay.
moving.
It's chasing him. Oh no! Dang it!
Other side of
Get
it.
it!
No way that they're getting it. Look at the vacuum. Bam! Malik with the punch. It's usually the Shaker that is getting that one hit, and Noob will be finding more this time around. Not gonna be caught. He's gonna be the one doing the catching, making sure that the Fatso stays down.
Oh, whoa, Malik. Wow, that's... Alright, okay. Yeah,
Finger into the eye, salt on the wound. I don't know any
Any other
other
one?
things. Yeah, but aura.
Kick to the
right,
groin, you know?
Yeah.
There you go.
Right, all chat play Dota, guys, to a team that you're crushing for 40 minutes. Yeah, that's the...
Well, you don't have your carry, but you have buybacks on everyone else. If you want to use it, there's going to be the Phoenix. Just going to zone them out a little bit. Probably will have Narman in this fight, but no ultimate's tough.
I can't do anything. There's double cheese on the other side. You're literally going to need to kill 8 heroes, maybe even 9 if you count the gyro as 3, as he does have that satanic as well. So throne is exposed. They get the Yules onto the face. He did get the hex off, but now they get him into a very uncomfortable position. Pops the egg, and there's the blink from the gyro. He had the swiveling just for the extra attack speed. At least they're gonna try to kill the IO, make him dead. And as the Terrorize does connect, it's time to call GG. MOUZ, I can't help but feel that they were just being bullied for the entirety of the game.
Like, I looked at the lineup, I was like, man, this is amazing team fight. And it is, it's an amazing team fight. You have comeback mechanics with the Pudge hook, but somehow PSG Quest just gave them no chance. Like, no chance at all for them to come back. And, like, they crushed them in the laning phase, and then they went for, like, kill after kill after kill.
That was... That looked very easy for PSG Quest, not gonna lie. I looked at MOUZ and I haven't seen any initiative of theirs to make their lineup work, which is weird because they did play some comfort heroes, you know, especially this Shaker completely like didn't do anything in the game. It felt like they were always waiting to go for the wombo combo, and that's not how you can play Dota. If the only thing that the enemies are afraid of is wombo combo, they're gonna find ways to play around it. Exactly what happened in that game.
I mean, even we were saying, like, in the game, how often did we see egg come out in the first 30 minutes? I remember one egg with the Crystal Maiden, and one was like Song of Cold and Hot, and I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. But
Song of Ice and Fire.
Yeah, that's what.
That's the name of the book.
And that was good. It was good, and I was thinking they keep going with that. You don't have to have Echo and Freezing Field and Egg every time. It's like you can just work with 2. But no, they were very passive on MOUZ.
Pretty much. So is this kind of a showing of what we should expect in game 2, or should MOUZ have what it takes, Ultimo?
I hope they have what it takes. I don't want it to be a stomp, you know, and so I hope MOUZ makes a comeback.
Well, PSG Quest did come into this group stage as the favorite, maybe even the heavy favorite, and that here they're showing just why that is the case, completely dismantling their opponents for 40 minutes. Of course, there's still one more game to play in this best of two, so let's go on to a break and find out how it's gonna end.